Okay, I wanted to make some improvements to my CNC. First of all, I wanted to make the base plate the flattest possible. As you can see, on its own, the precision is pretty bad. So, without thinking twice, I've put the fly cutter in the collet and started milling. After some time, I realized that I've made a huge mistake. The fly cutter was shaking and it was making a super rough finish. Another upgrade that will solve a lot of issues will be making a closed loop spindle system. As you can see, at low input RPM, just with my hand I can reduce a lot the output RPM, and this will cause an inconsistent feed rate. This is an issue of this kind of spindles. Imagine the situation without the 4:1 reduction. So I need something that when the spindle encounters a big load, it wants to push the RPM even more to compensate. A microcontroller based PID system will be awesome to make, but this is definitely a topic for another video, so subscribe now. That was the perfect opportunity to make a Tislo table. So I bought other 30 kilograms of steel and started making some chips. After making such a huge amount of holes that not even an OF staff will beat me, I started placing everything where it is supposed. Hope all the screws are well tightened. I had to enlarge the spaces in order to let pass a M10 bolt. When I was recording at the time, I thought that one of the major issues was the diameter of the fly cutter, so I made a smaller one and tested it. The result seemed not as bad, so I've done a roughing pass of about 0.2 millimeters. And after that explosion that broke my ears, I have tightened even more the screws and made another one, and then a finishing pass. The result was okay, nothing exciting, but now I can turn the spindle with less uncertainty. This process, once done, allows me to make another finishing pass in the Y direction. Nevertheless, the result was very different from the theory. At that point, I thought that the spaces were causing some vibration, that were causing a lot of chattering. So I made another fly cutter, big enough just to cover one slot. But before milling again the table, what is the real source of vibration? Those vibrations were so big that were traveling through the structure and I could feel them in my feet. And the answer is that the Z-axis is too weak. I already knew it wasn't this strong. In fact, I already tried to stiffen it, but as you will see, it wasn't enough. Look at this. Well, 0.4 mm is much more than enough to ruin everything, so I had to find a solution. But that is for another video, and this is a small spoiler of what I'm going to do. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.